An entire episode in rhyme. If that doesn't sound gimmicky, I don't know what does. I will give them this though. You know, at least they created a credible scenario for why there was rhyming throughout the episode. You know, it made sense not only that Marshall would talk completely in rhymes to keep Marvin quiet, but that everyone on the bus, you know, would also want to get in on it to keep the baby asleep. And at least they made the rhyming dialogue sound really natural throughout the episode. I was impressed. You know, everyone did a good job with their deliveries. The stories were kind of stupid, though. They were funny. And the guy who played across from Marshall, I don't remember the character's name, but you know, the guy sitting on the bus reading the newspaper, he was fun. You know, I liked his performance. And I liked how everyone on the bus got so invested in this idea that, you know, we have to keep rhyming to keep the baby quiet. So much so that, to the point where, at the very end, it was one of my favorite moments when the bus broke down and the driver came out, and everyone was waiting for him to finish his sentence with a rhyme. Like, that's how much they were, you know, in on the game at that point. They wanted to keep it going. That was cute. The very end of the episode was the sweetest thing, you know, the fireworks. But, man, was this unnecessary. You know, maybe they just wanted to prove that they could write an entire episode in rhyme, and they did it, and they pulled it off. But within the story, you know, again, it just feels like I'm repeating myself, it feels like we're stalling getting to the finale. And you know, I'm looking at the list, it says next week we have the rehearsal dinner, finally. And I guess what confuses me about this whole scenario is that if they were going to put the entire final season strictly at Barney and Robin's wedding, doesn't it seem like the reception would be the perfect place to get all these characters together and have all this story time? I feel that lends itself much more to, you know, telling the narrative than all these disjointed plots happening all over the place before we even get to the wedding. I guess what concerns me is that I'm afraid we're going to get to the end and the finale is going to happen, you know, and that, kids, is the story of How I Met Your Mother, and it's going to feel like there's something more, like we're missing something, we didn't get something. I'm hoping that's not what it ends up as, and maybe, you know, maybe they do know the story that they want to tell, and maybe, maybe this entire season wasn't necessary. Maybe it really should have just been a 2-hour movie because they knew what they wanted to say, and that should have been it. I don't know. I'm hoping, you know, The Lighthouse and Platonish were awesome. I hope that, I guess all I'm hoping for is a finale that feels as good as Platonish did, with all of the emotional impact of The Lighthouse. That's really it. I feel like for the most part, most of the rest of the episodes are going to be along the lines of Mom and Dad and Bedtime Stories. I don't know. I got nothing. You know, an entire episode of rhyming. It was cute. Let me know what you thought. I look forward to the next episode. Take care.